Hi, it's Crystal Star and I'm back again with a pick a card reading. Now in this part of the reading, this is where I'm going to be choosing the different piles. I've been informed by my spirit guides that we've got 4 groups today, and the cards we're going to be using are my Green Man Oracle cards, my runes, and I've got a few little charms here, not many. I'm just building my charms up. So we're going to be using those for the choosing, and then obviously in the reading I'll be picking more cards for your reading for that. So let's pick the pile now. If you've done pick a card before and you already know which pile that you want, the time stamps will be in the description below, and there will be a pinned comment as well. Thank you so much for all your lovely comments and your likes and the subscribes. I really truly do appreciate it, so thank you. And let's get on with choosing the different groups. So let's start off with the Green Man Oracle card, and we're going to pick 4 different piles, and I shall lay these cards facing upwards so you can actually see what the card is. One, that is Holly. Next card is this one. It is Aspen. Group 3 is Gooseberry, and group 4 is Spindle. Right, I apologise for any noise going on. There's building work going on next door, so I apologise for any noise in the background. Right, let's pick a rune for Holly. Let's pick a rune for Holly. Movement. And let's pick a card for pile 2, Aspen. This one wants to come out, I think. Ice. And let's pick a card. Let's pick a rune for Gooseberry. Gooseberry. Radar in reverse. Journeys in communication in reverse. And finally for Spindle, openings, keynotes, learning and studying. Right, I'm going to pick a charm for group 1. It's the fairy light bulb. For group 2, the star. Group 3, the white rabbit. And group 4, oddly enough, December, because this reading is for the month ahead, and hopefully I'm going to be getting out this very beginning of December, a little late I know, but so if you're watching it when it is posted, it will probably be for December. However, it's a timeless reading, so it can be any month that you are watching this, the month ahead. If you're at the beginning of the month, I would suggest it is for that month. If you're at the end of the month, it would be obviously next month, but obviously go with your guidance about that. If you do want a little bit more time to pick your pile, please do so. If you start watching a reading and you're feeling it's not resonating with you, please try another group, and maybe that reading is not for you, but otherwise let's get on with the readings. Hi group 1, if you chose Holly and Iwaz, which is about movement forward, and also the charm was the little fairy light here. Now I'm going to be picking some more cards in a minute. I'm going to be shuffling whilst we're doing the reading and picking the cards. But Holly, now apparently Holly wood burns quicker and brighter than and hotter than any other type of wood, and the holly is all about following your passion and enthusiasm. Ewas is all about movement forward movement. And the little fairy light bulb. Now, I always see this as a light bulb moment, like ping, the light bulb's gone on. So it may be that you've had a light bulb moment recently. Also, I think that fairy lights are so pretty. I love fairy lights. I don't know whether you've noticed that at all. If you've watched any of my videos at all, I love fairy lights. I think they're absolutely beautiful. But also, I just thought, I just looked at this light bulb and paused because I thought it was broken. But actually, when you turn it over, it's meant to have a little break. I'm sorry, I apologise for any noise. If you didn't watch the introduction, there's building work going on next door, so I apologise for any background noise going on. But it's going on. It's going to be going on for quite a while, so I didn't want to just stop making videos because it's a little bit noisy in the background. But anyway, from this I can see you're passionately moving forwards with something, and it may be that you've had a light bulb moment. For some of you out there, you may have had a light bulb moment around this situation. For some of you, it may be that you are kind of seeing the beauty in life, or seeing the beauty in how you're moving forward. It could also be that you feel that you believe for a moment there that something was broken, but when you look again, it really wasn't. It's meant to be exactly how it was meant to be. And so let's get you some more cards. Here we're going to pull you a Abraham Hicks. We're going to get you some and now we'll get some tarot. I have got some books here as well I was called to bring along as well. Let's get you 3 of these. And we'll get you 3 of these tarot cards as well. And we'll get you 1 crystal card. Now, these are my crystal deck. Now, I've been asked what these are called. I got these absolutely ages ago, and I didn't keep the box because the box was not very sturdy, but they look like that on the back. But I've been asked what these cards are called, and I cannot find the name anywhere. So if you know what these cards are called, can you please let me know in the comments below? And I would be very grateful. And there is another oracle card. Right. The very first thing I'm noticing, especially after this introduction of movement forward and the kind of light bulb going off, or seeing the beauty in life, or seeing the beauty in the situation, this hot burning passion moving forwards, is you've got the 10 of Pentacles. You've got the 10 of Pentacles and you've got the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is coming directly after the Queen of Discs, or the Queen of Pentacles. You've also got another Queen here. You've got 2 Queens. 2 Queens, a 9 and a 10. Happiness and physical fulfillment here. This is obviously very feminine energy with these 2 Queens in here. I'm not saying you're female, but I'm certainly seeing a lot of divine feminine in here. That's got nothing to do with gender. If you're a guy, it can apply just as equally. But the divine feminine is more to do with being receptive, intuitive, psychic, caring, emotional, Like I said, it's nothing to do with gender at all. This is just the two different balances of energy, divine masculine, divine feminine. There is a lot of divine success and happiness around the divine feminine, around two pentacle cards together here, around the physical manifestation of something, learning our lessons from the past and bringing that forward. However, having said all of that, because this is obviously related to this movement forward that you're deciding on making, or you're waiting for that light bulb moment to come in, or you've already had that inspiration and you're moving forwards very quickly with passion into creating this happiness and this joy, and bringing those lessons. How did we do that? How did we create that? I do, next I'm going to be moving on to my Abraham Hicks card, because I do get this is a lot of to do with learning about manifestation, because this is what's bringing this in, isn't it? Bringing in your passions and moving forward. And I do get this is a lot to do with creating what you want in life, whether this is a business, whether this is a job that you want, or whether this is manifesting your spirituality into the world, or whether this is just creating a happy life, generally creating a happy life for yourself, whatever that looks like to you. And this is all happening this month, or obviously if you're watching the end of the month, next month. I do want to bring in this defeat card here. This Five of Swords, this is all about the fear of defeat. And as this is coming out at the end of the reading, and it's right above the Lovers, which is all about choice, I would suggest to you there may come a bump in the road when you have to make a choice about how you are feeling and what you are thinking, particularly if you are having doubts about how you're going to be moving forward and what that's going to look like, or if that's going to actually manifest. I see it absolutely manifesting here. You've got everything you need to manifest, but please don't let those doubts creep in. It is your choice in love, whether you are choosing the thoughts of defeat or whether you are choosing the thoughts of success and joy and passion for what you're doing and what you're creating, and believing that you can create that in your life. Now, your Abraham Hicks card says, I have complete control over my thought. You can find yourself in an endless loop where you explain that you feel negative because of the negative behaviour of someone else. But if instead you take control of your own emotions and you think an improved thought because it feels better to do so, you can turn it around. You have no real control over what anybody else is doing in their vibration, or with their actions for that matter, but you have complete control over your own thoughts, vibrations, emotions, and a point of attraction. I did get the feeling that that would be a manifestation thing about controlling the emotions with that fear of defeat there. This may be something coming up from the past. Maybe you've been defeated in the past, maybe you felt defeated in the past. And if it's a block coming up for removal, I've done videos on YouTube. There's a playlist for blocks and block removal. If this is something that's coming up from the past for removal, then you may have to work through that, but you always have a choice how you see that. If I do want to say, I keep being prompted to say, oh sorry, if this is a block coming up for removal, there's a playlist for blocks and block removal on YouTube. There's more on my free stuff on my website, starlightworkcircle.com. There's also the full course on my membership site on my website as well about this. However, I do want to say I am just starting working on my Light Entrepreneurs membership as well. And this is, if this is about setting up a business, please do understand this does take time and it does take learning. We can have a lot of steep learning curves when we're starting up a business or we're becoming self-employed and we're putting our Lightwork business out there. So if this is concerning that, you will get knocked down. Like the song has just popped into my head, we get knocked down but I get up again, you're never going to keep me down. I don't know what song that is. I think it might just be called I Get Knocked Down. I don't know. But if that's around that, please, because I was prompted to say that, please take that how that resonates. You will get knocked down. We have to pick ourselves back up again and carry on. You can do this if this is the encouragement you want. And it's all about choosing those thoughts as well. Right. Your power animal card is lion. Courage. Ask for what you want. How apt is that after what we've just said? Ask for what you want. Let's have a little bit of faith that we can do this. We can. Everything to me says that we can achieve everything that we want. We just need to find that passion, movement forward. And I do get we're having a lot of guidance around these light bulb moments as well. If we can see that beauty in life and not see the defeat in what we believe was defeat, what we believed was broken, is actually part of the whole story, part of the whole journey, part of the learning. And every time we do feel that we fall over and we fall flat, it very often is just about this learning process. Right, and let's have a look now. I shall read this out. This is blue lace agate. Slow down and release the frown. How amazing, how amazing. Now, I know this sounds like a contradiction when we've just been saying about this fire and this passion and this movement forward, but this really is about things can take time. Things can take time to manifest. It can take us falling down and getting back up again, and sometimes we just need to do that. If you're in this place of passion, if you're in this place of positivity, of love, of happiness, then we can turn any thoughts of defeat down. Right, let's read out this blue lace agate. Layer by layer, this wonderful gem will strip away old thought patterns, duties, burdens and responsibilities. It will guide you and encourage you to reconnect with your true identity. I hope you can see that there. I am getting a lot about this thoughts of defeat, this changing of the thoughts and beliefs. I know, I can see you've done so much work. You really have gotten yourself, if you weren't there already, you really have gotten yourself into a positive position here energetically, and you have found that. Any thoughts of defeat coming up from the past are going to be coming from old thought patterns, old beliefs, old outdated thought patterns that you don't need anymore. Beliefs that, you know, if things go wrong, that it's just not meant to be, or maybe you were on the wrong path, or any other such beliefs. This is what we need to start stripping away, and that's why I said this would probably be a block. Something from the past, a belief or a thought or a pattern or an energy from the past that has come up specifically to be removed, so that you can move into a new thought pattern. Like I say, I'll cover that all in blocks and block removal playlist on YouTube, free stuff, it's got more, and then the full course on my membership site as well. Right, let's have a look at the very last card, my Starseed deck. Transcendence. Wow, how apt is that? Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Transcending limitations, old beliefs, old thought patterns, making that choice for a higher, thought pattern, falling in, moving in with that passion, that movement, that creativity of spirit, of soul. And I do get this was a very soulful reading as well. And I do get that you are moving from that place of creativity, from that place, whatever it is you're creating, and creativity can look like a whole heap of things. Moving from that place of creativity, moving from that place of soul, spirit driven desire. So if you are starting a spiritual business, or becoming self-employed, teaching or guiding or helping people spiritually, this is absolutely saying we can get there. We do need to do a little bit of self-work. That's fine. From this, I believe you've already done a lot of work already to get to this wonderful space here. Now, I'm called here to have a quick look at my Osho Zen Tarot. Exhaustion. I shall read it from the book. I do have the Osho Zen cards, but sometimes I miss bits of the story, so I shall just read it out from the book for you. This is a portrait of one whose whole life energy has been depleted in his efforts to keep fueling an enormous, ridiculous machine of self-importance and productivity. He's been so busy keeping it all together and making sure everything runs smoothly that he has forgotten to really rest. No doubt he can't allow himself to be playful. To abandon his duty for a trip to the beach could mean that his whole structure might come tumbling down. The message of this card is not just about being a workaholic though. It's about all the ways in which we set up life. We set up safe but unnatural routines for ourselves, and by doing so keep the chaotic and spontaneous away from our doors. Life isn't a business to be managed, it's a mystery to be lived. It's time to tear up the time card, break out of the factory and take a little trip into the uncharted. Your work can flow more smoothly from a relaxed state of mind. Wow. Okay. I completely understand this. I get this card all of the time. I get so passionate about moving forward, and then I get bogged down with all these old beliefs about duty and responsibility and hard work, when the work really should be coming from this soulful place. I get you know that, and this is probably simply a reminder to you to keep shifting yourself back into that space as well, and just keep reminding yourself, take a little break, take a step back, take a deep breath, take a little break, move back into that place of love and positivity, move back into that place of passion, and things will flow more quickly. Now, I also did just open my Crystal Bible book. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that. Anyway, and I opened it at Jasper. Attributes. Jasper is known as the supreme nurturer. It sustains and supports during times of stress and brings tranquility and wholeness. Used in healing, it unifies all aspects of your life. Jasper reminds people to help each other. What I really got from that was the supreme nurturer. It sustains and supports during times of stress and brings tranquility and wholeness. And I do get that if you are bumping up against these moments, and I do get moments of fear of defeat or old beliefs coming up, that, like I said, moving back into that place of passion, but also nurturing yourself and caring and supporting for yourself as well, because that's something we often forget, isn't it? It's so necessary for us to do if we're going to be bringing spirit through us, or if we're going to be bringing and anchoring the light on earth in whatever form that is, or if we're going to be creating this beautiful life, very often it's essential to nurture the self as well. I think that's it, group 1. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you found this reading helpful. I hope you found that it resonated with your situation. Like I said, if it didn't, feel free to pick another group. I would appreciate your support. I would, if you wouldn't mind, if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. There's also my PayPal tip jar in the link linked in the description below, and I would appreciate any donation, no matter how small. And if you found this reading was helpful to you, there's also a link to my website as well. There's also where I do teach light work, from tarot to meditation to block removal, like I said, to energy protection, clearing, and I'm also just starting my awakening bundle, and I'm also looking at starting my chakra clearing bundle as well, and looking at the chakra and the layers of the aura as well. That will be linked below, starlightworkcircle.com. And also all my social media is linked in the description below. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you found it useful, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading if you chose the Aspen card and the Rune of Ice and the Star Charm. The ice card, I just call it ice. It's called Isa, but it's ice. What it refers to is the stillness of winter, and we often think when things are paused that maybe things have stopped or come to a close, but we all need winters in our life. We all need that stillness, which is funny because the aspen is all about strength in the communal, and often when we are working on our own, we can feel overwhelmed or fragmented. If we perceive that we lack ability, this can quickly vanish when we join a community or join with other people. It's all about the communal joining and gaining strength from that community. Now, obviously I love stars, if you haven't noticed, but the star charm is all about, the stars are all about light in the darkness, and bringing light into the darkness. And I would wonder very much whether that was your aim or your purpose, or whether that is what you're doing, whether it's in your own personal home, or whether it's to your friends, or whether it's to the wider world. But certainly here, I would suggest to you that you will find community here at the Star Lightwork Circle. On my membership site you'll find more support, whether that's on the free membership site or whether that's on the paid membership site. There is a community on there. It's only just started, so I don't actually think there's anybody in the community, but if you do want to join and leave me a message in the community, I'll always answer your message. I'll always try and answer your comments as well if you want to leave a comment. But if you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling that things have come to a close, if you're feeling a lack of your own ability, certainly on the Star Lightwork Circle, if you go to my website, like I say, I teach all kinds of lightwork skills, tarot, psychic ability, energetic protection. I'm just starting my awakening and ascension course as well. I'm also going to be looking at chakra clearing. There's all kinds of things that you can learn on there, meditation. This sounds like a plug, but this is what I'm being guided to say, so please take that as that resonates. So as we do that, let's have a look at what other cards we have got coming up for you here. That's certainly the energy that I'm getting so far around this reading. Like I say, we're going to be picking lots of other cards. That's your Starseed card. We're going to be picking 3 of the Thoth Tarot for you. That one wanted to come out, absolutely. The 2 of Cups. What else do we have coming out for you here? We have Adjustment and Art. 2 major arcanas there. What else do we have? Let's pick 3 Rider-Waite-Smith. I think that's done actually. Let's have a look. Strength. Another major arcana. Queen of Swords. And 10 of Pentacles. Let's pick you 1 Abraham Hicks card. I think that's ready. I intend to co-create from a place of positive attraction. Let's pick you 1 of my crystal cards. Now, I've been asked what these cards are called. I bought these a long time ago and I cannot remember what these are called. So if you know what these cards are called, could you please leave a comment below and let me know if you know what these cards are called. And we'll pick you 1 Power Animal card. I've been asked to put this face up already. Seal. Seal. Imagination. Immerse yourself in artistic and creative expression. Immerse yourself in creative and artistic expression. Let's turn this one over as well. You have Tiger's Eye. Success and glory is my story. A vibrant, positive energy that will encourage you to attain your highest potential, instills pride and a detachment from outcome to promote a happy, successful journey. It strengthens your heart, which will enable you to walk through life with courage, valour, love and honour. I'm also being called to turn over your Starseed Oracle. Dreams. The universe speaks to you through your dreams. Now, the first thing that I can see in this reading is there is a lot calling here to creativity, art, and particularly the spiritual aspects of that creativity. Obviously all creativity is a spiritual act, whatever form that takes, whether that's painting a picture or writing a book or creating some music or cooking a beautiful meal or tending a garden or teaching a meditation class or giving a tarot reading. It's all creativity and it's all art, because creativity is what spirit is. It is the act of creation, and I do get a lot of that in here. We've got the art card here, we've got manifestation over here, obviously, manifestation here as well, but we've got art here and imagination and dream. So these are the more spiritual aspects of the creativity as well. We do have love in here, the 2 of Cups, which is about balanced love emotion, and I do get that you do have a love for this creation process, like I say, whether that's analysing dreams or bringing your imagination to life and bringing that into physical form. And we've got art here, two major arcanas which are about balance and bringing that balance in. I get from what we've got already that it's about not doing this all on your own. You don't have to do this all on your own. And if you feel like there's that freeze upon your movement forward, please don't feel that you have to do that alone. Like I've already said, that doesn't have to be with me in the Star Lightwork Circle. That can be with anyone who you see fit to bring that in from. I do feel that you're gaining this strength, though, this strength from this community, from the support, from the learning that you're doing, and bringing that forwards and really, really manifesting that in a beautiful way into the physical world. It's talking about manifestation. Let's have a look at this. I'll read out this Abraham Hicks card. The individual creators who are coming together must be in a place of positive attraction before they come together. If nothing positive can come out of the co-creation, sorry, I'll read that again, I didn't read that very well. The individual creators who are coming together must be in a place of positive attraction before they come together, or nothing positive can come out of their co-creation. Wow, working communicatively again. Working in a community again. If you are negatively focused and not feeling good, you can only attract others who are in the same state of negative attraction. So if you've been feeling that you've been attracting, because this ice card, if you've been feeling you've been like put on ice, put on hold, if nothing's really happening, nothing seems to be moving forward. If you are not aligning to like-minded people, it could be that they're asking you to adjust your vibration, which I do feel you're doing. You are coming into balance. I'm doing a whole, I don't want to be harping on and on and on about the Star Lightwork Circle, but Spirit have prompted me to do this. I am starting a whole series of videos about awakening ascension, and I do look deeply in, I am going to be looking deeply at how to get in that balance, not kind of, oh, just get balanced, but how to do that in a practical, realistic, day by day, moment by moment way. But certainly, obviously, that mine's not the only resource out there, but that did come up again. That's come up again. Don't feel that you're just going to attract people who you're not in alignment with. We just need a little bit of adjustment, a little bit of balance in here, a little bit of realigning to that love energy. That's why looking for a mate from a place of insecurity or lack of anything can never bring you the mate you really want, but instead brings one who amplifies your current lack. So if it is that you are looking for love and romance out there, or whether you're just looking for this community of like-minded people, what I get they're saying is it's really, really important to focus on your vibration. And how I get you do that, and I am going to be looking at this in the upcoming Ascension Awakening bundle, is through getting into that artistic state. But don't feel you have to do that alone. And once again, this Tiger's Eye is all about getting in that positive energy, getting in that positive energy to achieve your highest potential. I really do get a lot of artists in here, and obviously by artists I don't, like I said, I don't just mean painters, or if you are, obviously that's wonderful. I enjoy it. I love painting myself, but you can achieve the success that you want, but it is about getting that balanced energy and getting that balanced energy out there. I do want to have a look. I don't know how to say this on YouTube, because obviously I'm not allowed to say that word, but I'm going to open this book at a random page and read out. Take the boring option. It's an odd one, isn't it? Take the boring option. Maybe it is just that we need to take this a little bit more slowly, not expecting too much too quickly. Oh, I apologise if you can hear the noise outside. The neighbours are having building work done. So I didn't want to put this video off anymore, so if you didn't watch the introduction, I apologise if there's any background noise here. Take the boring option. I think this may be a lot about taking a little bit of time to align yourself, to get into that creative flow, to have a little bit of spiritual work going on, to have a little bit of learning going on here. Like I say, that's what the Star Lightwork Circle is all about. This video seems to be a gigantic plug. I do apologise. It wasn't meant to be. Reading one wasn't. I mentioned the Star Lightwork Circle a couple of times, but this one seems to be really plugging this. So I do feel you need some either teaching or guidance or support here. Definitely community keeps coming up. And learning to kind of get into that energy and let that creativity flow through you. I'm also going to open my Osho Zen Tarot. I do have the cards, but I'm going to be reading from the book. I was guided to read from the book this time, because sometimes I don't get the full story. So I've been asked to read from the book, and you've got adventure. Stepping into the adventure. I hope you can see that. It's the black and white pictures in the book, so you might not be able to very well. Right, I'm just going to read this little bit from the book. When we are truly in the spirit when we are truly in the spirit of adventure, we are moving just like this child, full of trust, out of the darkness of the forest into the rainbow of the light. We go step by step, drawn by our sense of wonder into the unknown. Adventure really has nothing to do with plans and maps and programs and organisations. The page of rainbows represents a quality that can come to us anywhere, at home or in the office or in the wilderness or in the city, in a creative project or in a relationship with others. Whenever we move into the new and unknown with the trusting spirit of a child, innocent and open and vulnerable, even the smallest things in life can become the greatest adventure. Adventure, wow, that's beautiful. Stepping into that adventure. I wonder if perhaps because you have maybe felt this stillness, this point of resting, this hold on things, you've decided maybe to reach out to communities, try new things, or maybe you would like to reach out to communities and try new things. Right, I'm just going to give you one last reading from my crystal Bible, and we'll see what we can get from here. Let's open a random page. You have Rhodochrosite. There we go. I'm just going to read a little tiny sentence or two from the book. I won't read the whole thing, obviously. Rhodochrosite represents selfless love and compassion. It expands consciousness and integrates the spiritual with material energies. This stone imparts a dynamic and positive attitude. Yeah, we're back to getting into that alignment, isn't it? Integrating that spirituality into physical form. Bringing that creativity to life in physical form, whether that's through art, like the book said, with the adventure, whether that's through art, whether that's through spiritual practice, whether that's through spiritual teaching or learning, or whether that's through joining a community, or all of the above. Right, I think that's all that's coming through for you, group number 2. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad you did. I hope you found this reading helpful. I hope you found it useful. If you want to join me on my website, like I said, it's starlightworkcircle.com. The link will be below, along with my PayPal tip jar in the description. Any donation is gratefully received. Obviously, it's not necessary. Obviously, it's not compulsory. There's also, please like, share and subscribe, and click the notification bell if you like this reading and you want to come back and watch some more readings with me. There's also a link to all my social media in the description below, so I would love you to join me on social media. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hi group 3, if you chose the Gooseberry Green Man card, Rado in reverse, and the White Rabbit charm, this reading is for you. Rado is all about journeys and communication. Sorry, Rado is all about journeys and communication. And when it's in reverse, it means problems or issues with journeys or communication. The Gooseberry is all about gaining strength through the collective energy of those who have walked the path before you. Now, very often this means to me our ancestors. So I would wonder whether, we'll see when we get into the reading, I'm going to be drawing some more cards in a second, but I would wonder whether this is implying that this is all about travelling into that realm of working with our ancestors. Very often our spirit guides can be ancestors, or at least some of them can. I apologise about the noise, by the way. There's building work going on next door, so if you can hear noise in the background, it's probably that. I do also want to say, though, it is not necessarily the ancestors, the collective path of those who've walked before us. If you are on a path, if you are feeling blocked in your communication or your movement forward, your journey, then it could be that you're looking for a little bit of extra support from people who have walked the path before you, in which case go please feel free to go along to my website, starlightworkcircle.com. I've got a membership site on there with I've just started up the community, but I do lots and lots of courses, tarot, meditation, psychic ability, working with the energy, energy protection, energy cleansing, clearing, all that kind of thing. Anyway, you can find the list of the playlist on YouTube. There's more on free stuff on my membership site, and there's obviously my full courses on the membership site as well. I'm doing lots more, and I know this seems like I'm just plugging my business, and obviously I am, but I'm obviously being called to do that. If you are looking for that kind of support, that's available there. I was also asked to light a candle. Now, the first 2 readings I was not asked to bring a candle, and specifically I was told that this was to bring a little bit of light into your life. So you have a candle. I don't know whether group 4 is going to keep the candle. I think they are. Now it's there. But I was asked specifically for this group to light a candle. The White Rabbit. Rabbits are all about fertility. But it's particularly a white rabbit, isn't it? So often this is makes me think of the White Rabbit in, it's not Alice Through the Looking Glass, is it? It's the other one, Alice in Wonderland, is it? Yeah. It makes me think of the White Rabbit. Now, the White Rabbit is often associated also with the Truther movement as well. So I don't know if you just join the Truther movement, or and if not, if that doesn't resonate, then please don't take that. But that's what that makes me think of. It could be that, like Alice, you've just jumped down the rabbit hole, any kind of rabbit hole. Maybe it's your spiritual path, and you're feeling a little bit lost, and you're wanting a little bit of guidance and support. Like I say, you'll find that on the starlightworkcircle.com. That's what I'm all about, and it's what the Starlight Work Circle is all about. But we're not here to plug me and my business, although it seems so today. From Spirit are asking me to do that. And let's pick some more cards and see where we're going with this reading. I'm just picking from my mini star seed pack here. They seem to want me to pick a particular card, but it doesn't seem to be coming out on top. I'm going to pick that one, but I'm not sure if it's that one or this one. They kept pointing to a green one, and I can't find it now. And I wonder whether this is because they're getting me to search for it and flick through and search for it. So I wonder if you've been searching for, I think it was that one, a particular answer, and you're not quite sure whether you've found it or not. I'm going to pick you 3 of those. They were pointing to a green one. That's very unusual. Okay, I've not had that before. Let's go with these. We're going to pick these 3 here. I wonder whether you've been searching for an answer and you're not quite sure whether you've found it or not, and maybe you've picked a few different options, is perhaps the message with that one. Right. Woo! And these are all throwing themselves out. Maybe things are throwing themselves at you. We're getting a very lively reading here. The other 2 were not quite so lively. This is Turtle. Retreat. Stop trying to make something happen. That fits in well with what we've had so far. Right, let's pick one of my crystal cards. I do just want to say, I'm going to show you these cards. I got these cards ages and ages ago, and somebody just recently asked me what these are called, and I can't for the life of me remember. So if you know what these cards are called, please leave a comment below. Let's pick this one. You have Larimar. Let's put that there. I'll get to that in a second. And we're going to be pulling you some Abraham Hicks cards. Abraham Hicks cards. So let's pull you one of these cards. Let's pull you an Abraham Hicks card. They're doing the same thing to me again. I have never had this before. It was like I was in mid-shuffle and they were calling me to pull out a card. I'm not really sure what that means. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. They were asking me to, because I shuffle and just pull the top 3 cards, but they were saying, no, this one, but it was in mid-shuffle. I don't know if that means anything to you or if we're going to get the meaning as we go along. So let's have a look. We're going to pull 3. And this is all we've got room for, isn't it, with the extra starseed? I think we're going to stop here. 3 of these Rider-Waite Smith cards. We're running out of space with the candle. We've had to shift things up a little bit. Possibly another message for you here about shifting things up. I get very much that you're looking for something, you're searching for something, but you're not sure whether you're finding it or not. You're having lots of different options and you're being called on different paths, but there seems to be a lot of distraction and a lot of confusion around. So maybe you are perhaps starting this journey and they've just said to me, don't do it alone. Now, we had this very, very strongly in one of the previous readings. I can't remember whether it was reading 1 or reading 2 about not doing it alone. It was the Aspen card. That was about community as well. The Aspen card, don't doing it alone. And I did get a lot in there to say about the Star Lightwork Circle as well. And I get this need for support and guidance here, and joining in the community here. When you join in the community, you'll be guided, and I get that you've been working on this. I get that you've been working quite hard on something here to find this community or to find this support so you can move forward, because it is something that you do desire. It could be that you're just starting out on your spiritual journey here, but you're finding it a real struggle and you're not quite sure where to go. I know it can be quite confusing because there are so many different ideas, so many different theories out there about spirituality and the path you should take or the path you shouldn't take. It can be quite confusing, and you're never really sure of certainly when you're starting out, what's right and what's wrong for you. You can have lots and lots of false starts. So if that's something that's going on, please don't worry. These things do happen, especially on a spiritual path, when you really like learning to find your feet and trust that intuition and tap into that psychic ability, which is something else that I teach as well. There's the playlist on my YouTube, and obviously on my website, like I said. The turtle is quite interesting as well. Stop trying to make something happen is what the card says. And that I've just got go with the flow. Go with the flow, you will be guided. If you needed that support, go with the flow, you will be guided. You don't need to push things. Spirit is behind you, Spirit is with you, and Spirit will guide you to wherever it is that you're meant to be going and meant to be learning. You don't need to rush. Just sit with it and calm and be in calm and peace. When we're in calm and peace, we're much more likely to be open to the messages that are coming through, and we will become unblocked. If we're trying to rush things or trying to push things, and I know it's so enticing when we open up to the spiritual path that we do want to kind of get there quicker, we do want to kind of rush there, we do want to know all the answers. I certainly did. And what Spirit is saying to you here, you may be blocking yourself with your eagerness, which sounds like a little contradiction, because passion, of course, is part of spirituality, the passion to kind of seek that out. But what Spirit is certainly saying here is you are supported, you are guided, you are going to find that. But just stop, slow down, and wait for the guidance to come in. Let's have a little look at Larimar here. Acknowledge your own needs as you sow spiritual seeds. There we go. This is about your spiritual journey. How wonderful. How beautiful. Larimar will adjust your internal voice to one that is nurturing, loving and kind. Once again, get into that energy first. It will relax your mind again, and be of tremendous benefit to those who are too hard on themselves. It is an excellent guide to ensure balance for carers who are all giving and dedicate their lives to the service of others. Yeah, I wonder if you started this spiritual path with the knowledge that you're going to be bringing that gift out into the world, and that's why we're rushing. It's so exciting. We want to get that learning in. We want to be able to teach to bring that out in the world, in which case I'm going to be doing, it's another plug, but I've been prompted to say it. So the Star Lightwork Circle really is what that's about. It's about teaching light workers so that they can get out there and teach, and helping light workers find their special skill, because we don't always come into this. That's where we were going with this. We don't always come in knowing what our special skill is, and sometimes that is a journey, and we can't rush that journey. We have to take that journey step by step. And when I say you're setting out on your spiritual journey, that doesn't necessarily mean you're just starting out. You can obviously just be starting out on your spiritual journey, in which case welcome, but it could be that you've got so far and you want to take it to the next stage, and you're feeling a little bit stuck. Maybe it is you want to be bringing your gifts out into the world, in which case I help that. I've just set up my my Light Entrepreneurs Circle as well, which is about supporting light workers with their light work business. But that's only just started up, but that's on my website anyway. So let's have a look at your Abraham Hicks card. Oh, how appropriate is this? Why did I not look at this before? There are many right ways for us to behave. There are many right paths. It doesn't have to be one specific path. It doesn't have to be even a path that has been walked before, but understanding the path that that has been walked before can help you find your own path. There's not one right or wrong way. We ended up with 3 starseed cards, which, like I said, it's very unusual. I've never done this like this before. We've ended up with 3 cards, and the other piles only got 1 card each. And sometimes we have to pick all three paths before we find out which one is right for us. I'm presuming that all 3 of these are going to be right for us. I'm hoping so anyway. We shall see. Or maybe some of these cards can be right for one person and some right for another. We will see when we get there. We'll get there in a minute. Right, I shall read out your Abraham Hicks card. It is possible to live upon this planet with large numbers of other beings who believe and behave in a variety of ways in peace. When you are able to focus in such a way... this is about the right path and the wrong path, isn't it? I wonder if you are... What I'm guided here is you may, and this may be for some of you only, it may be that you are thinking there's a right way and a wrong way, and you have to find the right way, you have to find the right card, and it could be that there isn't a right card and there isn't a wrong card. Certainly that's my belief. There's no right and wrong way. We find what resonates with ourselves, but to find what resonates with ourselves, we have to we have to try the different paths. We have to we have to try the different paths and see what we find resonates with us. We have to be tuned into our intuition and our psychic ability, and I do have a playlist on that, more on my free stuff, even more on my membership. Right, let's carry on. When you are able to focus in such a way as to allow your alignment with Source, even though others are choosing to behave differently than you are choosing, then you will truly be free from the bondage of attempting the impossible task of getting everyone to agree on the right way. One right way could lead to endedness. Many right ways allow to eternal expression. Oh, how beautiful. How beautifully put. I do find they really do state things so beautifully. Differences equals expansion. We all came here differently, and there are many different answers, many different solutions, and those different answers and different solutions are suitable for different people. And that truly is the beauty of all of this. There doesn't have to be a right way and there doesn't have to be a wrong way. All there has to be is a right way for you now. And that now is important because that may change over time. Yeah, be kind, be nurturing to yourself on this journey. And don't be hard on yourself. You can't do it right, you can't do it wrong. There is no right, there is no wrong. There is only right for you right now, based on your knowledge and your experience right now. Right, so let's have a look and see what 3 cards you've got. Starseed! Hello, Starseed! Raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant, loving light. Just being in alignment raises the energy of the collective, and that really is what star seeds are all about. Now, if you didn't know you were a star seed, that's a little bit of confirmation for you. That might be the next step you want to move towards if that is not something you've explored until now. But getting into that that positive energy will draw you to what you want. It's not supposed to be a struggle. It's not supposed to be difficult. It's not supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be painful. It's not supposed to be full of sacrifices. This is about anchoring the light, getting into that joy, getting into that love. And I've done videos about that as well, and staying there and anchoring that light into the world, in whatever form that takes. Let's have a look at number 2. Inner worlds. Your external world is a reflection of your internal world. I just said that. I think I just said that. Your internal world, your external world is a reflection of your internal world. This is what Ascension's all about. This is what spiritual path's all about. It's all about getting into that energy of love and joy and peace, because that's what spirit is, that's what source is. And understanding that your path will open up before you, understanding that you are supported, you are guided by spirit, and spirit is there loving you, supporting you and guiding you. Right, let's have a look at your third one. Magnificence. You are amazing, magnificent, unique, but most importantly, you are enough. Wow, that has been the theme of this reading, I really do believe, isn't it? You are enough right as you are, right now, right here, right now. You are enough, and spirit sees you as enough. And spirit sees you as perfect and whole and holy and divine right now. And that is the truth of who you are. That is how spirit sees you. That is the truth of who you are. There is no right, there is no wrong, there is no sacrifice and struggling. This is about moving into that loving, peaceful energy and being guided by spirit. And once again, here's another plug coming. Close your ears if you don't want to hear it. That is what I'm all about, and that is what the Star Lightwork Circle really is all about. Helping you get there in a practical, day by day, practical way. Right, I'm just going to open one. No, I'm going to open 2 books for you here. We're going to open this book. I'm not saying that word. I better not say it on YouTube, else I'll get told off. We're just going to pick a page randomly for you. Wow, this is interesting. Look at your dreams for guidance. Dreams are really, really so important. I found them really, really important in my spiritual journey, my spiritual path over many, many years. I always know when I am off track, because my dreams will always warn me. And I do have absolute faith in that. Yeah, look to your dreams. If you're a person who doesn't believe that you dream, or you don't have dreams, just start keeping a notebook next to your bed, and when you get up every morning, the second you get up, the second you wake up, write down everything that you can remember, every feeling, every bit of the dream that you can remember, and pretty soon you'll be remembering the whole dream. You may need a good dream interpretation book. My favourite book is her name, I think it's a Dream Dictionary, I think it's called. It's by, I believe her name's Rose in Sarah. I'm not sure whether that book's still available actually for print, but that's the one I have. Obviously there's free dream interpretation dictionaries on the internet. But let's open here the Osho Zen Tarot book and see what we get for you from here. Oh, the Master! How beautiful. The Master. I hope you can see that. These are black and white, so you might not be able to see that. I'm just going to read out a little bit of this book, just to round up. The Master in Zen is not a master over others. Ah, not being right, not being wrong. Yeah, but a master of himself. How perfectly does that fit in? His every gesture and his every word reflect his enlightened state. He has no private goal, no private goals, no desires that anything should be other than the way it is. We certainly got that, didn't we? Be kind and slow down. His disciples gather around him, not to follow him, but to soak up his presence and be inspired by his example. In his eyes, they find their own truth reflected, and in his silence, they fall more easily into the silence of their own being. Wow, that is so apt, isn't it? In his eyes, they find their own truth reflected. It's not about right, it's not about wrong. It's about what's right for you now, and that can change. The Master welcomes the disciples not because he wants to lead them, but because he has so much to share. How beautiful. Together they create an energy field that supports each unique individual in finding his or her own light. That is so beautiful and so true in my experience of spirituality. It is all about finding your own truth, and you can be supported in that to help guide you to your own right. If you can find such a master, you are blessed. If you cannot, keep on searching. Learn from the teachers and would-be masters and move on. Keep moving. Yeah, that is so true. That is so true to what we've got here. You will be guided to the teacher. Where is it? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. Right, I really do think that's all for you, group number 3. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you found it useful. I'm not going to say too much about me and my business because I think I've harped on about that enough as it is. All the links will be below. I've got links to my social media below. There's a link to my PayPal tip jar if you found this helpful. I would really appreciate if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, comment, and I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining me, group number 3. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you found this useful, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Hello, group 4, and welcome to your reading. Now, I was led to bring a few special things about your particular reading. Firstly, group 3, where I was asked to light a candle to bring some light into group 3's life, symbolically obviously, and they've asked me to keep it on for you as well. Now what's strange about that is your rune is Keenaz, and Keenaz follows Rado in the runic cycle, and Rado was also group 3. Now I don't know whether you will be drawn to group 3 as well. If you kind of had an idea that you were drawn to group 3, or perhaps you've already watched group 3 and now you're watching group 4, but there's 2 things that link group 3 and group 4 together. Now I just want to go, the other strange thing is I've got a very special story. I've got a little story that goes with this disc of December. Now you can see it looks a little bit like a cat collar disc, but it actually says December. So unless there was actually a cat called December, I don't believe it's a cat collar. It seems to be just a little metal disc with December written on it. The story behind this disc, however, is very unusual. Now, I've lived in this house for 10 years, and this is not my disc. This is not my disc. I've never had any reason to have a disc with December written on it. And I've lived in this house for 10 years, and one day, it was last year probably, very close to my back door, I just one day found this disc, and the door was shut, and it was after I had just asked a very specific question about when something was going to happen from my spirit guides. Now this could be a message to you to ask your spirit guides for messages, but the point is that I'm doing this reading right at the end of November. Hopefully it will be out early days of December, hopefully. But I believe that this was telling me that something very special was going to happen to me in December, and I do believe that something very special is going to happen to you in this December. Now, if you're not watching this in December, then I can only give you that message that something very special is likely to happen to you in December, and it could very well be with you finding some very strange and unexplained message for you, or guidance from you, or answer to your question. As I just found this, and with no idea of where it could have possibly come from, it just kind of appeared. Obviously, I'm not telling you this story to tell you about my life. Obviously, this is a message to you here. This spindle is all about following our desires so that we can manifest our purpose into the world. And I get that this is all about guidance and inspiration here. Keynotes can also be about inspiration, and can also be about learning and studying, which did come up very strongly once again in reading number 3. Right, so with those messages delivered, I hope you understood them. I hope you resonated with those. We are going to pick your other cards. We've got some mini starseed oracle here. That one definitely wants to come out there. And I'm going to pick you another one actually, which is strange again because group 1 and 2 had only 1 card each, and yet group 3 had 3 cards, and there was a message in that as well. Right, so let's pick your power animal oracle card. There we go. And we will pick you a crystal card. Now, I said in all the other piles and the intro, I bought these cards ages and ages ago, and somebody just recently asked me what the name of these cards were, and I was literally not able to tell her because I just don't know. So if you know the name of these cards, would you please leave me the name in the comments below, because it's got me very, very interested now to know what these cards are called. I don't even know whether you can get them anymore. Right, let's get an Abraham Hicks Vortex card. I think these are called. Oh my goodness, you've got 2. It's definitely no, that's 3. Wow, okay. So we've got 3 Abraham Hicks cards, and that's it. We're not going to be able to fit any more into the table. No, we're going to pick 1 tarot. I'm pretty sure group 3 had this one as well. I might be wrong on that. Somebody else, another group certainly had this card. Let's see if we can squeeze these in, because these are, once again, very different cards than we've had before, especially group 1 and group 2. I'm guided here to read out these 3 Abraham Hicks cards. Now, I'm not going to read the backs for these ones because that would be too long. Why do I want the relationship that I want? Our opinions about our children can influence their behaviour. I have complete control over my own thoughts. This is about companionship. This is about companionship with others. Certainly we're getting that message coming through. I know so far we have gotten follow our desires for doing, follow the inspiration and learning. But I wonder whether as well part of that is forming, getting involved with a community, or whether that is forming one particular partnership, a romantic partnership it would appear here, and whether something's blocking you, because something here is certainly suggesting that there needs to be, to get what you desire, there certainly needs to be a shift here. I would suggest that there is some issues about beliefs that were taught to you as a child rather than your influence as a parent, although that could also be applicable for some of this group, because often we can carry on ancestral cycles without even being aware of it. But I do believe that there was something set in childhood about your beliefs, and I do believe this is to do, like I said, with either a romantic partnership or a community experience. And the understanding that obviously we manifest our own experiences through the thoughts that we have. If these thoughts were created in childhood, these would be more beliefs, obviously. These can be much harder to shift. Now, if you are stuck with blocks, I've got a playlist, blocks and block removal, and I've also got a there's more videos about that on my free stuff on my website, starlightworkcircle.com, and there's a full course on my membership on my website. But I'm not going to go on about my membership site, my website, because I've already gone on about that in group 2 and group 3. So, but I do believe that we need to be working on our thoughts, and I do some I am going to be doing some guidance about how to apply that in my membership site as well, and I will be doing a video on YouTube as well. So if you do want to be kept updated as to when that is, please do subscribe. But we want to go to the crystal card next, and we have got golden topaz. I hope you can see that, golden topaz, and I shall read this out. A pure intent ensures it's heaven sent. A gift of sunshine that will uplift your spirits and unite your awareness with your divine aspect to bring personal power, energy and self-confidence. Excellent for transmuting doubt into certainty and removing any obstacle. So we just got obstacle that may impede the flow of success and glory. This is all about getting in alignment so that you can manifest your getting into alignment so that you can manifest your desires. And I do believe that this is going to be a special month for you. If not in December, if you're watching this, say like January or February, certainly in the month that you're in. December was a special message for me. So if you're at the end of the month that you're in, take it that next month is going to be a special month for you. And if you're at the beginning of the month, take it that it's this month coming that's going to be a special month for you. If you're in the middle of the month, you're going to have to follow your intuition and inspiration on that, whether it's for the month ahead. But this certainly is all about looking at what it is we want and looking at what is blocking us from getting us to where we want to go, and how we can shift that energy, that thought pattern into a space where we can actually get where we want to go. And I know it's easy to say this, stuff, and it's harder to actually do, and that really is what I'm all about. It really is what the Star Lightwork Circle is all about. This is all about what I do. Like I said, I'm not going to harp on about it because I've already spoken a lot about this in group 1 and group 2 as well. The next bundles I've got coming out are going to be about ascension and awakening, and it's all about getting into that energy so that you can manifest what it is that you want. Let's have a look at your power animal card. Coyote, wise fool, accept your follies and find the teaching in them. How beautiful for what we've already got. We are taught things that don't help us get where we want, and sometimes in society as a whole, everybody is taught beliefs, thoughts that keep us from what it is that we want and where it is that we want to go, whatever that is, whoever that is, whatever that is. And this is the whole process of awakening, is to find out what beliefs and thoughts are holding you back from whatever it is that you want to go, whether that's awakening and ascension, whether that's finding your soulmate and your dream partner, whether that's finding your community, whether that's becoming a spiritual teacher, whether that's finding your dream job. It doesn't matter. It's the thoughts and the beliefs and the energy that we sit in often talk to us that keep us from getting there, and it's all about uncovering those and removing them. And if I didn't say in this video, I can't remember, I've done a whole series on blocks and block removal. You'll find them on my playlist. Like I said, there's more on my website. So let's crack on and get your mini oracle card dreams. The universe speaks to you through your dreams. Now this has already come up before, but I don't think it was group 3. I think it could have been though. This is all about remembering and recording your dreams and finding that inspiration and that guidance through your dreams to manifest what it is that you want. You are guided, you are supported, you are loved by spirit, and you will be guided if you ask for the signs, like I did with the December, whatever it is, token, let's call it. You will be guided, and you will know you're being guided, because very often it'll be so strange and unusual. It'll be like, well, how could that have happened? Or that is such a fluke. So let's have a look at your next one. Vibration. Your vibration is being raised to higher levels. You are connecting to cosmic intelligence. Connected to cosmic intelligence. I apologise. All of us are having our vibration raised right now. The whole planet is going through, if you didn't know, the whole planet is going through a vibrational increase, and this is what the spiritual awakening is all about. This is what the Great Awakening is all about. I've done videos about this as well, my Great Awakening series and my the Starseed History series. We're all having our energy raised right now, and because we're heading into galactic alignment, because we're heading into the monastic photon belt, because all the timelines are merging. And if you don't know what any of that means, if you don't know what I'm talking about this, or you're not quite sure on exactly how that's going to happen, I'm going to be doing a video about this very, very shortly. It's going to be called something like The Outcome, or How Do I Know What the Outcome is going to be, or something like that. So watch out for that. So please do subscribe if you want to be notified when that's available. I'm hopefully going to be recording that very, very shortly. But all of our vibrations are rising, and when our vibrations raise, all these beliefs, all these thoughts are called up for questioning and analysing and either releasing or accepting. You know which thoughts you want to keep, and you know which thoughts and beliefs you want to get rid of. If you want practical, down-to-earth advice with that, like I said, please go to the block and block removal playlist. More on my membership site. There's free stuff on my membership site as well. Right, so where are we going now? Right, I'm going to open my Osho Zen Tarot book at a random page. That is very, very strange. Once again, I've just opened the book and I was led to open it right at the back, and it's not opened at one of the normal pages. That's what the normal pages look like. It's at the back, the glossary of symbols, and I was immediately drawn to the lotus. Lotus flower, the product of the union of opposites, light, sun, and dark water, symbol of spirit and transformation, the product of the union of opposites. I get what they're saying here is that, please remember, there's nothing good or nothing bad. There's no right, there's no wrong. There's just what's right for us right now. And I do believe I stated this quite strongly in group 3, so it could be that you're called to that as well. I think it was group 3 anyway. when we're saying there may be thoughts that you don't want, this is only thoughts that don't get you to where you want to go. But we only know where we want to go because we know where it is that we don't want to be, because we've experienced it, and we can't know where we want to go unless we explore and experience that. This is about the marrying of darkness and light, like it's just said, like the yin and the yang. You find out what you want from knowing what you don't want, and there's no judgment here about what you should be thinking or what you shouldn't be thinking or what you should want or what you shouldn't want. This comes from our inspiration and our desires. And I do get a lot of this movement forward is going to be about accepting where you are, accepting where you want to go, and accepting the shifts that you want to make to get there. I'm just going to open my crystal Bible here to a random page, a random crystal, and see what we get. Right, we've fallen on a page which is it's after the main page, which is selenite. The first one I came to was blue selenite, so I'm going to read you blue selenite. Blue selenite, placed on the third eye, quiets the intellect, facilitates shutting off the mind chatter during meditation, and quickly reveals the core of the problem. Right, I get that this is guidance for you. We were talking about the thoughts that you don't want, and the thoughts that, sorry, it's not the thoughts that you don't want, the thoughts that you were taught that are not taking you to where you want to go to. This seems to be the piece of advice that, yes, we have those thoughts, they're not taking us where we want to go, and the best way to start working with that is to start getting into conscious awareness by starting to quiet the mind. We quiet the mind through meditation and mindfulness. And by quieting the mind regularly, we start to become more consciously aware of what it is we're thinking and the energy that we're getting into. What are we thinking and what are we feeling? And by knowing what we're thinking and feeling, we can shift that to find different expressions of that in the world. And we know what we're thinking and feeling because we see that mirrored in the world around us. That's what we mean by an expression of the energy that we're sitting in. And that helps us move forwards to what it is that we do want. And once we quiet the mind, coming right back to the beginning of the reading, we do find that inspiration. We do tap into that intuition. We do start to ask for the signs, and we do start to understand the signs. Once again, I don't want to harp on about what I do or what my business does, but there is videos on intuition and psychic development. There are videos on beginners tarot reading as well. Like I said, there's playlists on my YouTube, and obviously more on my website. But once we start doing that, we do get led to this inspiration that we can then follow. Well, I think that's it for this reading. Thank you so much for joining me, group 4. It really has been a pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I hope you gained some insight or inspiration from this reading. If you have, please like, share and subscribe. Press the bell if you want to know when get notified when my videos are coming out. There's also a link to my PayPal tip jar in the description below. Also a link to my website, which I won't say any more about at all. And there's all the links to my social media below in the description as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you found it useful, and I hope you're going to join me in the next video. Bye!